Hi everyone. This is a slightly delayed self-awareness activity debrief. It's for the week of July 14th, and the cards that we received were discipline, structured free flow, and I like. So one of the things that I'd like to start off with is mentioning to you that even if you don't actively do the awareness activity during the week, even if you don't deliberately apply it, what I have found, and I think you will too if you follow through with debriefs, is that they tend to show up naturally anyway, just by virtue of having read them and thought about them for a minute. They tend to bring that experience into your life, and then the debrief allows you to have an awareness of it. So please don't feel as though if you haven't done the exercise it's not worth the debrief. It really is. I'll show you how it showed up in my life because I didn't deliberately apply it either. The discipline card was very interesting for me because this is the first time, I think, in my life where I've worked with a physiotherapist, and she gave me exercises that targeted really specifically a problem area that I've been having problems with for a long time. In conjunction with the massage therapist I've been working with, I've been pain-free in an area of my knee for the first time in years. And what I realized was this week I wasn't able to do it because I was so much better. I overdid walking on the weekend and my body went into seize mode, and I'm still dealing with a bit of it. I was unable to get on the floor and do the exercises, but I actually wanted to, and I missed my opportunity to do them. I missed not having the ability to do them is what I mean to say. And in the past, I would have maybe considered it a chore I didn't really want to do. But what made it something I wanted to do this time was that I was really very aware of how much it was helping me. And it was a very interesting turnaround experience for me because it was just so clear. The results have been so immediate that I wanted to do it. And I thought, I wonder how many times that's true of many of the positive things that we start, or many of the, not just the positive things, but many of the changes we make. So even if, say, for example, it's cutting back on sugar or cutting back something in your diet or your consumption, you don't really feel a huge difference. So do you keep going, even though you know theoretically it's better for you? If we don't feel the results immediately, we lose the desire to follow through because it's not, in that case, a discipline to follow through on something that's good for us in a way where we can really relate to it. So that was something that I noticed, and that's a positive change for me. The structured free flow, well, that's setting anchor points throughout the day and then allowing yourself to be able to flow through in between those points. And I think that's also really beautiful when it comes to the discipline card, because what it does is it gives you enough freedom within a structure that you've created that allows you to really be able to still feel as though you have flexibility and freedom, like you're not in a straitjacket. So in this regard, what I can say is, in previous weeks regarding the physiotherapy exercises, I linked them to activities that I was already doing. So in the morning, the breathing exercises, the Qigong, a little bit of things that I do to get my energy flowing and moving, it was really easy to link this and piggyback it on top. And what I was able to do also was break it up so that as the number of physiotherapy exercises are mounting, I didn't have to feel like I was overwhelmed by them all in the morning and that it was going to take up everything, all my time. I could still activate it, engage in it, allow the flow to take me to the next point where I was going to complete it. So I thought that was also a really interesting way of looking at it. In structured free flow, I typically say, if you can bring any positive habit, any positive change you want to make, and link it to something that's already something You can link it to something that is already an aspect of your day that's regulated, that you like, that you look forward to. So for maybe example, a meal, then it's a lot easier to remember to do it and to incorporate it. And I would say bite-sized pieces. And then the I like quality. Now, this was really interesting because, as I said, I couldn't follow through with doing the exercises that I wanted to do. And I found myself, it was very easy for me at some point almost get down on myself for it because I didn't feel like I was progressing. And I feel, and I thought, yeah, that's really true. So what if in this moment of being willing to self-criticize, or feel down, even just feel down, what if instead I said, why, look at you. You know what? You've been doing these things as much as you can. And the reason that you're stuck now is because you felt so good and you took a chance on doing that walk on the weekend and it was almost 2 miles. It was like, oh, you know what? I really like that about you. And I like the fact that you're willing to take care of yourself now and not force yourself to do something when you know it's going to create more pain and possible damage. Okay, I like that. And I was able to look at things that I liked specifically around the behaviors, but also beyond that too. That I really like the fact that my goal in life now is to be gentle and kind to myself and realize that that actually has been more beneficial in changing my situation than anything else. So again, for you, this might be something that is the theme of what do you like about yourself, and keeping that in mind. Did you find that if you were really making an effort to be self-positive, could you link it to certain things? So maybe, when you are preparing your breakfast or having a shower or any of the things that you do as acts of self-care, were you able to really incorporate just quiet moments of acknowledging things that you like about you? How did it feel to actually deliberately, intentionally speak nicely to yourself and support yourself in feeling good? How did that feel? Did that feel like work? Did that feel like an effort? And were you able to see that as an act of self-care and engaging in something that enhanced your sense of joy, freedom, and well-being? So it's a bit longer than usual. Hope you stick around for it. And I hope you continue to follow up on the debrief exercises. And I haven't forgotten that I said I was going to do something live. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I needed time off and to not be thinking too much about where I'm going with this. So I'm figuring I'll put a post up when I'm ready to do it and invite people to join me on the format that I choose. And until then, I hope you'll stick around for the weekly ones. Take care.